Hi, I'm NUNZIATA, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also a proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with Singaporean songbird, NyaLi. For more on NyaLi, you can read more about her right below this video, but in the meantime, here is a sneak peek at the incredible talent of NyaLi. Well, good morning from New York City and good evening from Singapore, where the amazing artist NyaLi is. And the audience just got a little sneak peek of her original tune, Don't Wanna Say, with amazing, amazing animation by Isabel Fong. And NyaLi, thank you so much for joining me. And I wanna know, when did you realize that you had this amazing gift of singing?
Wow. The genesis of that, the truth is Disney, classic Disney animation, because from a very, very young age, my parents had me watching, all sorts of cartoons and stuff, but Disney orchestrations are truly a genre on their own, I would have to say. I think most people would agree. And I was very drawn to singing along to that. I would belt it, 2-year-old me all the way until now, actually. I just sang a little bit of Lion King today. No, I'm kidding. I yelled it with my friends today while we were doing a trek. So
it's okay. Me and you both. I was belting out part of your world from Little Mermaid, like from when I was 9 until yesterday. So you're welcome.
Yeah. Please belt it louder so I can hear from here. And thank you for having me, Will. It's such a pleasure to connect with you. Across both seas, many different kinds of seas. There are probably more seas than the two that we named.
But NyaLi, this is what I love so much about FENIX. And before the social media platform is even officially publicly launched, it is already connecting artists like myself, a Broadway director, and you, an amazing singer-songwriter. NyaLi, you have an amazing fusion of jazz, soul, folk. You're giving me Norah Jones vibes, meets Lauryn Hill, meets Joni Mitchell, a little bit of Simon Garfunkel, but yet it is you. And I want to know, with all of the songs that you create, where do you find this voice? Is it from craft? Is it from just the doing? I mean, your sound is truly singular.
Thank you. That means truly a lot. I'm not saying that just because you're Will and you've been doing music for umpteen number of years and directing Broadway and stuff, and you are who you are. That really means a lot. I think for me, I stumbled into songwriting when I went to music college, and at that point of time, my program wasn't actually songwriting. But I took an electives class and I had to finish a song, and for the sake of the grade I did, but one thing led to another, and I realized that songwriting is actually just another mode of storytelling. And for me, I've always had a fascination with words and stories. From as little as the time I started to be fascinated with the voice and singing, although at that time I didn't realize it for what it was. So I think it was really nice that I realized I could use words and my voice and create something, because I never thought of putting out something that was sonically me in that original way, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Because I didn't want to tell you this pre-interview because I wanted to wait till I was recording, but I want to collaborate with you because after just seeing your music video of Don't Want to Say, I saw story. You write for an arc. I can tell that in your bone marrow is this love of the old school Disney animation of the 80s and 90s. And you have a lot of story, even in just one song. And the fact that you collaborate with a talent such as Isabel Fong, and there are so many obviously other amazing animators out there, I am curious to know about what other larger stories are out there for you as a storyteller and what stories you want to tell within your talent as a singer, a songwriter, a creator, but also, Nya, I want to affirm something for you. I can tell with you, and correct me if I'm wrong, when you are writing song, you actually are visualizing the story. Am I correct?
Oh yeah, 127%. Yeah. I tell stories a lot from personal observations and experiences. And while it's true that I grew up with a lot of Ella Fitzgerald in the household, Louis Armstrong, a bunch of Simon and Garfunkel, like you mentioned, some Beatles, of course. Like I'm very lucky that my dad, he knew what he was listening to. He still does, like Michael Jackson.
Your dad has good taste. Yeah, your dad has. And by the way, sorry to interrupt for the 5th millionth time, but yeah, I love the fact, and I know this as a singer myself, and it has helped my directing. I'm so grateful too that my parents introduced this buffet table of music, and how you, though, through your vessel, have been able to almost like filter it into your singular voice, if that makes sense.
Wow, I can you just keep talking? I love how you just plucked, that definition out.
Like, you don't want me to keep talking, yeah.
No, but also I'm incredibly flattered that you would want to work.
I hear it, but I hear it, yeah. I hear it, and I selfishly just want to collaborate with you, but we have to finish this interview. Okay, moving forward.
Yes, let's talk about that more.
Yeah, but last question for you. This obviously has been a tough time for all artists, in this lockdown. But what you have done, Nya, is an amazing thing. As a beautiful artist, you are not only a vessel putting out original tunes during this time, but you have gone to teach and give your gifts to others. Talk a little bit about how educating the kids and what that has meant for you.
Well, it was a little bit accidental how I stumbled, more fully into teaching. Prior to COVID, my income pie was kind of like 70% gigging and 30% teaching. And, during COVID, I had no choice kind of, because I was, the income loss, as I'm sure you relate to, was quite drastic. For a lot of, my fellow industry people in Singapore, it fell to like practically 0 to 10% maybe. And then you have, students who themselves or their parents, if they're young learners, they're not willing to switch onto online lessons because it's just not the same, right? You have to deal with audio lag, poor sound quality, et cetera, et cetera. But I was very fortunate in that in Singapore, we had our version of the lockdown, and we had 3 different phases of it. So in the first phase, everybody pretty much could stay home and could go to the grocery store. And then after that, they started to introduce in-person lessons back. But because, COVID apparently spread more contagiously through singers and through wind instruments, we were the last to be allowed to have lessons in person again. During that period of time, I reconnected with some friends. I'm very fortunate that they remember me, even though I lived abroad, right? As you know. And some of them have started their own schools. So they reached out to me as friends wanting to help out a friend. And they offered me, teaching positions. And I met somebody through a virtual live stream who teaches at a music college in Singapore, who then shared with me that college happened to be looking for pop vocal instructors. And so he recommended me, and one thing led to another. And now I lecture a couple of music business modules at the college, as well as teach a bunch of students private voice lessons.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love it. And well, you have such good energy about you and a good vibration. So it doesn't surprise me that the universe provided you not only with a stream of income, but thank goodness, I mean, that college, I'm sure, or if they're not, they should be grateful to have someone of your stature teaching, because this is what I also love about what the social media platform is going to be doing and is already doing, like example right here, connecting people from across the globe who have the same mission statement and North Star of putting out love and light through their artistry. And Nya, I am so grateful to have met you. This conversation will continue once I press bye-bye. But in the meantime, for our audience, I want everyone to please check out more on NyaLi below this video. And Nya, talk to you very soon.
Thank you.
In the digital age, artists and bands struggle to make a living. In fact, only a small number of artists can live off their craft. For the 98% of artists that don't have the luxury of being signed to a label, it's tough. But artists deserve to live off their art. Wherever you are around the world, appreciation of music does not change. FENIX brings bands and their fans together, whilst allowing bands to properly monetize their passion. The FENIX app will directly connect bands and fans with no need for middlemen. We're utilizing the blockchain to give the power back to the artist once and for all. Join FENIX, join the change.